intense aroma and a hint of smokiness. Welcome to Whisky.com, where fine spirits meet. My name is Horst Lüning. I'm the master taster of Whisky.com, and today we have a novelty here on my cask. It's the 6th bottle in the private editions of Glenmorangie, and this one is called... I never heard the pronunciation of this word. It reads like Tùsail. So, Tùsail? Sailing? No, it's Gaelic and means the origin, where everything comes from. After my vacations, I found this box on my desk. It was shipped to me from the distributor, or from Glenmorangie itself as the distributor. And Tùsail is written T-U with an accent grave on it, S-A-I-L. So for me it's Tùsail, but you never can say how the Gaelic words are pronounced. Inside this box there is a small bottle, which I already took out, a typical Glenmorangie glass with a lid on top and a memory stick with a few pictures. I do not use this glass for tasting the whiskey because I want to compare it to all my other tastings, so I do not use it. Then there is a personal greeting card. Thank you. And this small flyer where you can see the huge bottle, and it's written on the back: Glenmorangie is proud to announce the release of Tùsail the 6th in its award-winning private edition range. Scots Gaelic for originary, Tùsail is the product of a carefully selected parcel of Maris Otter barley, floor malted by hand using traditional techniques. Maris Otter barley. So you do not have barley, but you have different sorts of barley. I already tasted a few whiskies which used special barley. There are some barley which grew up in 8 weeks in the short Scottish summer. And this Maris Otter is a winter barley. A rich winter variety of barley, first introduced in 1965, so it's not that old. Maris Otter was bred specifically to meet the demand for a high-quality brewing malt and recognized for its ability to impart rich, rustic, malty flavors. Now used only by a select few who continue, like Glenmorangie, to uphold an ethos of sacrificing yield for quality by using only the finest ingredients. I set out to create a whiskey celebrating the variety's renowned taste profile. The result, Glenmorangie Tùsail, is a tribute to the legacy of Maris Otter and to all of those who continue to sacrifice yield for quality in their constant pursuit for perfection. The Maris Otter barley was close to extinction because by crossbreeding in nature with other barley, so it was nearly gone, and two cereal salesmen or dealers, they preserved the old barley and were able to introduce it again in the market, and this barley was used for the craft beer industry, and it was first established close to the city of Cambridge in the UK. So it's no Scottish barley, it's an English barley. This barley has a flaw. It produces a third less alcohol, with using this barley, you result in a third loss of alcohol in the production. So modern barleys produce more alcohol. So nose deep, earthy, robust aromas of malty, biscuity tones with a backbone of nut toffee. Palate a rich, rustic profile of nut toffee, sweet barley malt, ginger, cinnamon, and dates in molasses complements more familiar Glenmorangie notes of peaches, oranges, and smoked pears. Smoked pears. Should there be a light smoky note in it? Well, there are cereals or barleys which produce some phenols, which give, even if you do not use smoky air to dry the barley, produces some smoky flavors. Finish Tùsail lingers on with a mouth-coating finish. Dr. Bill Lumsden, Director of Distilling and Whiskey Creation, the Glenmorangie Company. So here we go. And as I open this bottle, I hear some users cry, well, oh, you can sell it to me, or you could have sold it to me for 400 euros. So I was offered for a small bottle of Artback Galileo over 400 euros. Incredible, for a miniature, half the size of this one. And here on the label it said, non-chill filtered, sample only, not for sale. So whenever you receive a bottle of the distributor and you sell it, you're no good. So this one is for tasting and spreading the news about this whiskey. Did I say that? This is the 6th of the private edition from Glenmorangie. I tasted a few already, but I'm not quite sure if I've tasted all of them, and I think this is the first one in English or the second one. I'm not quite sure. I think it's the first one or the second one. If I have a second one, I put you the link here. Intense aroma and a hint of smokiness. Not too much, and then the caramel takes over. Vanilla. And peaches. Yes. Probably some pears. This is the typical Glenmorangie character, but the intense caramel and vanilla takes over, so this is definitely first fill American oak. It's very intense. I'm not quite sure how many bottles of this one will be on the market. The supply will be, that's my personal opinion, short, really short. And from year to year, people rush for these bottles, because if they have a complete collection, prices go up like this. And well, a lot of people are already disappointed because they have never the chance to put their fingers on such a bottle, even have a smell or a taste of it, because the supply is so small and the rush is so high, so they feed the hype from Glenmorangie. And I already met several, not too few, several people who say, well, if I do not have the chance to get some of these bottles, then I will not buy Glenmorangie again. They should keep their typical normal stuff. I bought 10 bottles of Glenmorangie in the past years, and if they're not able to supply another bottle of this one, I won't buy Glenmorangie for the next 10 years. So this is the problem. If you fire up the hype with these particularly good bottles in small amounts, then you have the rush for the bottles and the happy people getting one. But the others, which will be the majority of the people, they will say, you do not do a good job. I'm not satisfied with you. No, I will buy something else. So this is the problem. Best quality for a few, or good quality for all? Very difficult to say. I find a lot of cask influence. I find this typical Glenmorangie fruitiness. But if this is malt, no. I'm not able to find out a particular malt note. But I also have not had a special matured Glenmorangie, best matured, to compare with a normal barley compared to this one. So I can only say what's in this. Full, intense, mouth-watering, nuts, spiciness, pepper, ginger, this Japanese ginger perhaps, and then again pears, and no bitterness at all, so there's no tannins from the oak casks, no. So it's not too old. I'm afraid they do not tell any longer from which vintage this whiskey is. So the former bottles were sometimes from 1981, quite old. But this one, they do not tell how old it is. Yeah, definitely Maris Otter. It's a wonderful malt, well done, very gentle and friendly in the nose, complex and full in the taste, with a long aftertaste and non-bitter long aftertaste. Wonderful whiskey. The chance that you're able to put your fingers on such a bottle are low, really low. Thank you for watching. There's more to come, and feel free to share this video with your friends.